Gilmore Girls and a Liz Torres, aka Miss Patty update. For those of you that don't know, a couple months ago, Liz Torres hurt herself. She ended up in the hospital. This was the very first day of the windstorms that hit Los Angeles. It was not related to the winds, but it ended up happening at the time where Los Angeles was literally on fire. She ended up in the hospital and then eventually in a wound care facility where they were able to help her heal. During the time she was in the wound care facility, she found out about Paley Fest and she said, Val, do you want to go to Paley Fest? And I was like, yeah, but you're like here. Are you going to be able to make it out? And she's like, I don't know, but we're going to try. And I was like, okay, well, let's try. Every time I visited Liz, she got better and brighter and stronger. And eventually she made it out of the facility. And that was yesterday. Literally yesterday, she made it back home. And last night, I called her and she was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. And I'm like, Liz, you've worked so hard. And she's like, okay, we'll see how we feel in the morning. So I called her this morning and I was like, Liz, how are you feeling? And she was like, I don't think I'm going to make it. And I'm like, Liz, I want you to try. I'll call you back in a little bit. And I said, I'm still going to come by because I got tickets and I'm going even if you don't go. So I, along with Landon, aka And Mayhem Ensued, who we met on TikTok, who is a huge Gilmore Girl fan. He has been helping with Liz, and we both hung out with her a couple hours before the show, and it did not look like she was going to make it. And she was alive, just like she just didn't feel like she had the energy to be able to go and sit in a theater. And 5 minutes before we were supposed to leave to go to the theater, she was like, let's try. So we grabbed everything we could. It took us quite a little bit of time to get us out of the place and in the car. And then there was traffic. And then we finally pulled up. We got into the parking lot, wheeled her as fast as we could upstairs, ended up in her seat. A nice gentleman offered to move because the way the seating was weird. He moved. If you're that person, thank you so much. And then we saw the show. And it was amazing to see Kelly and Lauren and Amy and Dan and Alex and all the rest of the people that had worked with Amy throughout the years talk about their experiences. And then after the show, so many of you guys came up to Liz and took a picture or said hi. And I really think it made her day. This is us just before the show started. This is Liz in action during the show. And here they are, Amy, Lauren, and Kelly. We weren't able to see them before the show or after the show. It was a madhouse. It was a lot of fun to be there and to get Liz out of the house. And what happened afterwards was really kind of crazy. Without Landon, I would not have been able to get Liz to the theater on time. After the show, I ran into my friend from Gilmore Girls Only. I also ran into some of my friends from the Fan Fest Society. I said hi to Tara and Haley from Gilmore to Say, and I introduced them to Liz. Now, should Liz go on their podcast? Would that be fun? And then a few of the fans from Paley Fest helped us get to a Dave & Buster's where we ate dinner. They will be telling that story for the rest of their life.